So my name is Sam Bennett. I'm from therealsambennett.com, and welcome to all of you watching live in person. Those of you watching the recordings later, I'm always so delighted that you would take a little time to hang out with me. I am psyched because my third book is coming out next month and you can be part of it. And it's really a way to be part of the success of any book. If there's any book you love or any writer you love, you want to do two things for them. One, pre-order is everything. And if you're like, no, I'll just wait till it actually comes out. No, pre-order it. It makes an incredible difference to that author because the other bookstores see the pre-orders go up. Amazon sees the pre-orders go up and they start to go, oh, this book may be really significant. The algorithm will start to work in its favor. The second thing you can do once you receive your actual copy of the book is to write a review. Even just 2 or 3 words of saying, this book was great. Great. You don't need to write a book report. Any review you want to leave, even if it's not a great review, even if you want to give it just a couple of stars and say like, meh, this was a little meh for me because I wished it had more of this or I wanted it to have more of that. Even a bad review is better than no review at all. therealsambennett.com/launch party. It'll put you on the mailing list. And then next week, I'm going to send you a password protected advanced reader copy of the manuscript. You get to read it ahead of everybody else. You will also get instructions about when to post your review, because if everybody posts all on the same day, Amazon's going to be like, no. And then we're going to have a special launch party on the 22nd of June for everybody who's been involved in the pre-order and pre-review process. We've got some special secrets set aside for that. If you're into it, I really hope you will join us. therealsambennett.com/launch party. But that's only a small fraction of what we're here to talk about today. How do you get in the way of your own success? Is there a way that you self-sabotage that you know about? Is there a way that you surprise yourself every time you're like, oh shit, did I just do that again? How do you self-sabotage? I know sometimes I've been guilty of like having an idea, getting excited about it, doing all the work to get it from 1 to 99, and then I put it in a drawer and never look at it again. I don't let it go out into the world. I don't show it to anybody. I don't do anything. I once wrote an entire book and forgot about it. Now, this happens a lot to highly creative people where we have so many ideas and we love the process so much. And then when we're done, we're like, yeah, I'm over it. That was all I needed to do. But that thing of like getting something almost all the way done and then stopping. Some people stop themselves way sooner, right? They stop themselves as they're having an idea or before they even have an idea. They're like, oh, no, that's not going to work. Oh, no, that kind of thing never works for me. What happens to you? Here are 3 ways I notice a lot. One is people asking themselves, is this a good idea? I kind of want to write a book, but I'm not sure if it's a good idea for a book. Guess what? There's no such thing as a good idea. There's only ideas. We find out if something's a good idea by exposing it to the air and the light. So stop asking yourself, is this a good idea? Because again, there is no such thing as a good idea. And there's no way to tell if something is a good idea before you've started to work on it. You can tell if something's intellectually appealing. You can sort of feel that inside of yourself. You might even have some instinct around it. But mostly, I wouldn't worry about if something's a good idea. I would just capture as many of your ideas as you can. Lori says, I visualize all the naysayers and can't seem to get that out of my head. Lori, I hear this a lot. And this is what confuses me, because part of the reason you're able to do this is because you have an incredible imagination. So you're doing a great job of imagining all these people are like, oh no, that's terrible. She shouldn't have done that. We disapprove. Boo. And you can make that really vivid, and so vivid, in fact, that you stop right in your tracks. Why not use these same imaginative powers for good? In fact, you can go ahead and do this right now. If you were to stretch your arms out just outside of reach, there's a whole circle of people around you who are just waiting in cheerful anticipation for whatever your thing is. They're standing there with their American Express cards in their hands. Oh, I hope she does something soon that I can buy. I hope he reads that story. I hope she sings that song. If you're going to use your imaginative powers, why not imagine people going crazy for it? Why are we so eager to believe the imaginary story that says people are going to disapprove? When in fact, I got to tell you, most people will not disapprove. Most people will be profoundly indifferent. Most people are going to have no idea that you did anything. They're not going to care that you did anything. And a lot of those people are your friends and family. If you're waiting for approval from your friends and family, especially for your creative ideas, knock it the hell off. Your friends and family are not in your life to be your clients. They're not in your life to be your fans. They're not in your life to be your audience. They are in your life to be your friends and family. You want an audience, you want fans, go find them because they're out there. And what I notice is that we're really good about, we've got our little antenna up all the time. We're really good at finding things that are important to us. We're good at finding the products and services and songs and books and stories and furniture and clothes and all the things that we're like, ooh, I like that. Ooh, that's cool. That's good for me. Oh, I want 2 of those, right? And the stuff that's not right for us, we mostly don't even notice at all. So most of the people who would disapprove of your thing aren't ever even going to notice you at all. Second of all, you are a terrible judge of your own work. Like you do something and you're like, and everybody else is like, oh my God, did you make that? Oh my God, that's incredible. Oh my God, you're so amazing. You're so amazing. And you're like, really? Okay. Stop trying to judge your own work. It's not your job to judge your own work. It's your job to do your work. Even if you are convinced it's terrible, that's still none of anybody else's business. And how often has it happened to you where you're at a gallery or you're at dinner at someone's and you're like, oh, this is wonderful. This is so delicious. And the person who made it's like, oh no, it's terrible. It's too salty. I messed it up at the end. It should have a crust. And you're like, why am I the asshole? I just told you it was delicious, right? I just told you that painting was beautiful. And you're like, no, it's not right. I wish I could have changed. Stop it. Stop interfering with my good time. Stop telling me that I can't like what I like. If I like it, I'm allowed to like it. And you're allowed to butt out. So butt out of everybody else's experience of your work. If people want to tell you you're good, if people want to tell you you're succeeding, if people want to tell you that what you do has meant something to them, be gracious. Quit making this gesture of like, no, get that compliment away from me. No, get that offer away from me. That love, that promotion, that no, that's not for me. Stop it. And then you wonder why you're not more successful? Even I can do the math on that. Sometimes it may be tempting to feel like, well, I'll get the idea out. I'll test it a little bit and then I'll see, I'll offer it in beta or I'll offer it for free and I'll see what people feel about it. I got to tell you, early feedback in my experience is only helpful when it involves actual money. Because in the early days, everybody's going to be like, yeah, that sounds great. Oh yeah, you should totally do that. That's a great idea. That's an amazing idea. You're amazing. That's an amazing idea. You should totally do that. And you're going to be like, oh, everybody thinks it's a good idea. I'll go ahead and do it. But especially in the early days, and especially if there's no money at stake, enthusiasm is the worst thing that can happen to you. Enthusiasm is worse than a sale. Because a sale, if you have something, that's in early stages or that's in beta and you say, hey, I've got this for sale and people buy it, that is an excellent sign. But if you put something out there for free or you just start soliciting opinions and everybody's like, yeah, you should totally do it. You should totally do it. You should stop right there because you have fallen into a trap, the trap of enthusiasm. And the reason I say that enthusiasm is worse than a sale is because it tricks you into thinking that something is actually happening. Enthusiasm is cheap and enthusiasm is easy. And I was so surprised when I first started offering the Get It Done workshop, the source of this book. I started teaching it in like the year 2000, 2001 in a church basement in Van Nuys, California to like 11 people. And I can't tell you how many people were like, oh my God, are you doing that? Oh my God, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm totally going to be there. When are you doing it next time? I'm totally going to be there. I'm going to get my sister and my best friend. We're all going to do it. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. You're so amazing. We're totally going to do it. And then I would never hear from them again. And I would be sad because I'd feel like, did I do something wrong? No, I just mistook their enthusiasm for a sale. Enthusiasm is not a sale. So if you've got early people investing, early people giving you money, early people putting in their time and capital, knowledge capital, whatever, that's a better sign. But if all you're getting is a lot of rah, don't pay any attention to it. And if what you're hearing from somebody else is like, oh, I've been talking to people and I've got investors who are really excited. I've got a team that's really excited. I've been talking to these people and they're super interested, excited. No, that's not committed. Okay. So just be strict with yourself about this. I just found out Barnes & Noble has pre-ordered a ton of copies, which is super exciting because I don't know if you've noticed, but Barnes & Noble does not stock that many books these days. They don't have the same variety they used to have. They don't carry everything anymore. They carry the books that they're pretty sure will sell, and that's about it, which means it's mostly just bestsellers, things that are already bestsellers. And I guess the librarians are really excited about it too, which delights me because as we all know, libraries save lives, librarians save lives, books save lives, theater saves lives, art saves lives. Yes. If you are on the book launch party team, that's amazing. If you are not yet on that team, I invite you to join it at therealsambennett.com/launch party. Next week, I will send you a password protected PDF of the book, and then you'll have the opportunity to leave an early review for it, which will make my day. Because as I was saying at the top of the call, pre-orders are everything. Reviews are everything. If there's an author that you love, I don't care if it's me or not, but if there is an author that you love, please leave them a review, pre-order their next book. I can't tell you how much it means. And if you're a writer, especially, because this is what writers do for each other, right? When I was an actor, we showed up for each other's shows. You are opening a show, I'm going to come see your show. You're running a show, I'm going to come see your show. I saw a lot of great shows and a lot of maybe not so great shows, but I felt, no, my friends are in it. I owe it to them to honor their effort. And if I want them to come see me in something, I need to show up for them. As a writer, if you are my friend and you are publishing a book, I'll probably buy 3 copies of your book. I'll buy one for me, one for a friend, and then one so I can be somebody's book angel, right? That moment where you're like, hold on, I have a book for you. That's a beautiful thing to be somebody's book angel. Hi, John, from UC Exhibition China. Nice to join you here. I'm so glad you're here. That's great, John. Great to see you. So these are my thoughts about getting out of the way of your own success. Stop waiting for a good idea because there's no such thing as a good idea. There's just ideas, right? Um, Stop worrying about whether it's going to be a hit or a flop. You can't tell until it hits the air. You can't tell. And more importantly, for those of you who are creators out there, and that's a lot of you, most of my people are highly creative people. Um, so much of the value in the work that we do is just from the doing of it, right? It's just from the experience of who we become as we do this project. There are things I've worked on that will never see the light of day, but they taught me something in the doing of it. Stop worrying about what the end result is. Do it if it's on your heart to do it. Do it if it's an idea that's been tapping you on the shoulder for years. That's your engraved invitation, kitten. That's all you're going to get. That's all any of us get is an idea that won't leave you alone. Remember that early signs are good, but really only if they involve money. And enthusiasm is worse than a sale because it tricks you into feeling like something might be happening when in fact it probably isn't. Going back to what Lori was saying, if you have a lot of naysayers in your head, if you have a lot of imaginary people going, boo, she's terrible, why not imagine people loving what you have to say and telling their friends and posting about it on the socials and writing great reviews and offering to have you come speak at their place of business or their school or their whatever. The same imagination, right? So might as well imagine the good stuff. The one thing nobody's brought up that I'm a little interested in is this fear of things being too successful, because I know that hits people sometimes too. Like, well, what if it's super successful and then I'm overwhelmed or everybody thinks I'm great and then I have to be great all the time? That seems dangerous. Maybe I should just stay home. I think you're okay. I think you can withstand success. I think you'll mostly enjoy it. I think it won't overwhelm you. If there's elements that feel overwhelming, you can get help with that. Like you can get a really good assistant who functions as a guard dog for you so your energy isn't constantly going out the door and not coming back in. The rewards are going to feel good. The spiritual discipline of you learning to shut up while people are complimenting you will be helpful to you, right? So somebody says, you did an amazing thing. And you're not busy going, no, it's really not right yet. Hush, humble yourself to the work, humble yourself to the compliment, humble yourself to the good opinion of other people. Have some compassion for yourself as the creator, and other people are allowed to love what you make, even if you know it's not your best. Nobody cares. I promise you, the thing that you think is pitiful will become your biggest hit ever. And the thing that you think is genius, no one is going to care about. That's not 100% true, but I'm amazed at how often it happens. We're not 17. We're not going to turn into Justin Bieber. People are not going to be swarming our car or like the level of success that we here collectively in this conversation are likely to achieve it is unlikely to be like, the kind of terrifying, psychologically damaging kind of success that we sometimes hear about for pop stars and other younger people. I think you'll be okay. And if you don't like it, you can always go back to being unsuccessful. No problem. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about, getting out of the way of your own success and offering you a chance to be part of the success of the 15-minute method. The surprisingly simple art of getting it done is in pre-order now. So if you just want to pre-order the book and don't want to get involved in the whole like leaving a review or getting an early reader thing, that's totally simple. Just go ahead and pre-order the book. It's available in Canada and the UK and in Amazon Canada and Amazon UK. Those are the only countries we have right now, but we are working on more. So stay tuned. There is an audiobook version, but it's not out yet. Sorry. But it will be soon. Otherwise, thank you so much for being on this journey with me. Thank you so much for hopping in and spending part of your afternoon or morning or evening with me. And again, if you want to be part of the launch party, please join at therealsambennett.com/launch party. I will also get you on my email list, which is kind of where all the exciting stuff happens. I try to remember to tell you guys stuff on the socials, but I don't always remember. But if you're on the email list, you will know. All right, everybody, one more breath to close out this circle, and please keep this breathing going. It'll energize you throughout the day. So let's inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for spending time with me. Great to see you all.